Hi everybody, Scott Manchester again, doing another DVD collection video. This time on all my family films I have. I'm not going to include the animated films. I'll do that another time. But to start with, I got a really good one here that stars Kurt Russell and Dakota Fanning. It's called Dreamer. It's inspired by a true story. Kurt Russell plays a a horse trainer uh, and his daughter, who is determined to uh, to take over, wants to be part of the business. Not much. I can't really remember too much about it, but all I know, it's a really well done film. Chris Christopherson the grandfather to Dakota Fanning's character, and then there's Elizabeth Shue, who also plays the mother. Very well done film. I think you would enjoy this. I would highly recommend this to anybody that likes Kurt Russell. And then we have one called that's called Clock Stoppers, about a teenager who finds this watch that's able to speed time up to when he's faster than everybody else, and everybody to him is sorry that looks like time has stopped, but he's actually faster than everybody else. Very well done movie. I haven't seen this in a while, but it is a really good movie. I have one here that's kind of mediocre and cheesy. I think it was a directed DVD movie based on one of the Brother Grimm's fairy tales called Hansel and Gretel. This is not bad. Dakota Fanning's in this one too, but she plays the daughter who's listening to the story. Starting the movie also stars Tom Arnold, Bobcat Goldthwait, and also Howie Mandel. Pretty good. It's okay. Anybody that likes children movies would love this, I think. And then, of course, we have one of my favorite Jim Henson films that also George Lucas worked on too. That, surprise, surprise, it stars David Bowie and Jennifer Connelly. It's called Labyrinth. Jennifer Connelly loves the book called Labyrinth, and she's not very happy. She thinks her stepmother hates her, and she wishes her little brother, her baby brother, was taken by the Goblin King. Turns out he was, I mean, and she goes off into the labyrinth to try and rescue him from the Goblin King, going to the Goblin City. On the way, she finds friends who would help her. So I would recommend this to everybody. This is a very well done movie. Jim Henson did a very good job. Too bad like I say, too bad he's dead now. And then we have one that just came out, I think, 2 or 3 years ago. If anybody's seen the cartoon series, I think they would enjoy this. Yogi Bear. Dan Aykroyd is the voice for Yogi, and get this, Justin Timberlake's the voice for Boo Boo. Not much to say about it. I'm not going to spoil this one for everybody, but just an okay film. CGI is really good on it, I thought. And then we have here Robert Rodriguez. If anybody doesn't know, is made a lot of action films, and he even delved into the whole family film thing starting with the first one, Spy Kids, about mother and about parents who turn out to be secret agents, and they get kidnapped, the and their children has to go in and rescue them, and then they end up becoming spies themselves. Very well done movie. And then of course they have the sequel, Spy Kids 2, The Island of Lost Dreams. I thought that was very well done. Them having to go off to this secret island to get this device back. I can't really remember too much about it. I haven't seen the movie in a while, but it is pretty good. Sorry. Then we have here Spy Kids 3 Game Over, which actually is also in 3D. Didn't watch it in 3D because I'm not much for 3D movies, but picture this, Sylvester Stallone playing in the movie. It's not too bad. I think it could have been better. And of course we have the new one, starring Jessica Alba, Spy Kids All the Time in the World, which I would say, is also a rehash of the first movie. Sorry. Basically, it's almost the same premise, except this time it's only the stepmother who's actually really a secret agent, and the brother and sister find out about that, and they ended up, of course, becoming probably spies themselves around the end. Really good. I think it's a good movie. Carmen and the guy, the actress and actor that play Carmen and Judy also show up in the movie. I think that that one is a pretty well done movie. That's actually my mother's favorite one. Then we have here, I have one from Disney. I only have the sequel. I wish I had the first one and the third one. One of these days, I'm planning on getting it. The books are excellent, so I would give this one a watch. It's Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian. This one's a really good movie. I would highly recommend that to everybody that likes the books. One of these days, I'm going to get Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe and the third one, Voyage of the Dawn Treader. But right now, I only have Prince Caspian. And then we have another one from the Brothers Grimm book. It's a fantasy. It's also a musical. It's called Red Riding Hood. And this one is a pretty well done movie. Basically, the evil king wants to marry this girl's mother, and she doesn't really like it. I don't want to get into too much about it, but it's an okay film. And then we have here the live action version of a cartoon series, Scooby-Doo, which stars Matthew Lillard, Freddie Prinze Jr., and Sarah Michelle Gellar. I thought it was a very funny film. Not too good. Could have been a lot better, I think. But what they did with Scooby-Doo, I thought they did an excellent job with the way they had them. Then we have here Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed, which was, I think, superior to the first movie. Very well done, bringing a bunch of classic monsters from the TV series. I think this is very well done. And then we have one of my favorites, family films of all time, The New Adventures of Pippi Longstocking. I think everybody would probably disagree with me. They probably don't like it too much, but I think it was a very well done show. Give that a watch. I would highly recommend that to any kid who likes a good movie like that. And then we have here a bunch of Disney films I have, starting with Escape to Witch Mountain. A bunch of children who have special powers and a businessman who wants to exploit their powers. I think it's a pretty good movie. And then, of course, we have the sequel to it, that stars Christopher Lee, and Bette Davis, called Return from Witch Mountain, in which the brother ends up getting kidnapped and put on mind control to commit crimes. I think this is a very well done movie. Christopher Lee is excellent as the bad guy, of course. And of course, we have one that's I think, an excellent movie, Swiss Family Robinson. About a family that gets trapped on a desert island and has to try and survive. Very well done. And of course, we have one here, a couple here. It's a 2-movie collection that has Hayley Mills. It's called The Parent Trap. I don't think I need to get too much into that, but twin girls who meet at summer camp who didn't even know they were sisters, and they're both wanting to get their parents back together. So I would give that a watch. And then of course there's Parent Trap 2, basically the same premise from the first movie, but this time trying to get the mother to trying to get their mother and father together. Sorry, I can't really remember too much about it, but I think it was okay. And of course, we have the remake starring a young Lindsay Lohan of The Parent Trap. I don't think I need to get too much into that one. Same premise as the original. And of course, we have three. We have one that's a made-for-TV film. Basically, it's the remake to the original movie with Hayley Mills. This one's called Polly, starring an all-colored cast. Well, one white lady. Basically, the same premise as the original. Starring Keisha Knight, I think her name is. Yeah, Keisha Knight. And the aunt played her mother in the Cosby Show. If anybody knows about the Cosby Show, they both played in it. This one's a musical. I think it's a very well done movie. And then we have here the sequel. I can't really remember the sequel too much. Polly Coming Home. I'll have to watch this one again, but the first time I saw it, I thought it was okay. Not as good as the first one, but it was good. But it was okay. I never seen this one yet. My mom gave it to me, so I seriously have to give it to watch. Stars Ron Howard and his little brother Clint Howard, called The Wild Country. I don't know too much about it. I'd have to give it a watch, so I'm sorry, I don't really know too much about it yet. And then we have one of my favorite Hayley Mills films, That Darn Cat, in which a cat, they follow, it's Hayley Mills' character and a police detective follow the cat to try and find these robbers. Really well done movie. And then we have one of my favorite Kurt Russell films in his Walt Disney days, The Computer That Wore Tennis Shoes, in which he gets electrocuted by one of the supercomputer and ends up acting just like a computer, becoming really, really smart, and a bad guy wants to exploit it to get rich. Very well done movie. And of course, we have a sci-fi film that I thought was very, very good, called The Black Hole. And this one stars Anthony Perkins and Ernest Borgnine. I thought this was a pretty good movie. Can't really remember too much about it. I haven't seen it in a long time. All I know is that it was an excellent sci-fi film that Disney did. I thought it was really good. And of course, we have another of my favorites that Disney did, a made-for-TV movie that stars Tommy Kirk and Annette Funicello, called The Monkey's Uncle, which is the sequel to the first film, which I can't really remember what it's called. Oh, The Misadventures of Merlin Jones. Sorry, it says it on the back here. Basically, he was able to take ownership of this monkey, and it's kind of hard to explain. I'd have to watch it again, but it's a good film. I would highly recommend that to anybody that likes Annette Funicello. Of course, I've already talked about this one in my in my other video, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Anybody that likes a good story and a film about Captain Nemo, I would highly recommend that. And of course, we have a double pack here. I've only seen the first film, so I've only talked about this one. That's A Cinderella Story. Anybody knows the story of Cinderella, I would highly recommend this movie. It stars a young Hilary Duff. Very well done. And of course, I've already mentioned this in my top 30 favorite films. Soul Surfer. I'm not going to spoil too much. Just about basically a young surfer who ends up getting attacked by a shark, having her arm ripped off, and she has to try and do things differently, and is a very determined girl to get back to surfing. I'm not going to spoil the ending, but I think you would love this movie. It is a tearjerker. Well, that's it for now. That's it for now. I'll do another video here probably in another 2 weeks or so, or sooner. But if you haven't seen any of these films, I would highly recommend you give them a watch. So have you guys self a good night, and I hope you will enjoy this.